James Gunn's first take on Peacemaker was a wild comedic rush. And Season 2 pushes further, powered by John Cena's strongest work to date. He brings unexpected depth and emotional weight, turning a once one-note anti-hero into someone layered and conflicted. This new chapter feels like finding a glitch in the Matrix, reshaping how we view Chris Smith. The season opens with Chris jolted awake by Eagly in the middle of the night. Snow drifts outside as his companion leads him to his father's hidden armory, tucked away inside a pocket dimension. From one of the strange doors, an alien steps through and casually burns a rodent to ash, barely acknowledging Chris. Inside the quantum fold, Eagly pulls him toward a rack of helmets unlike any he's seen. Across from them waits a strange new door. Chris enters a familiar code and the door swings open into a trophy room lined with memorabilia, a framed newspaper hanging on the wall. Then, down the hallway, Augie's voice drifts in, calm and casual, asking if Chris has been sleepwalking again. Shaken, Chris slams the door shut and bolts. The next morning, Leota picks him up for a job interview with the Justice Gang. Inside, Chris faces Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, and Maxwell Lord. What follows is sharply funny, Chris sitting on one side of the glass while the team watches from the other. Maxwell forgets to mute his mic, tossing out crude insults while Chris answers with surprising composure. By the end, Chris sees the truth. To them, he isn't a hero, he's a violent vigilante. Furious, he storms out. Meanwhile, Harcourt drifts without purpose. Amanda Waller stripped her of government work, leaving her suspended and shut out. At the same time, Rick Flag Sr., played by Frank Grillo, now runs Argus while grieving the son he lost, who was also Harcourt's closest friend. That grief drags Harcourt into a painful crossroads. Elsewhere, Leota, Waller's daughter, ends her engagement and starts her own security company. Vigilante, Chase, works steady shifts as a busboy, but spends his nights pestering Economos with endless animal trivia calls, desperate for distraction. Later, Chris visits Harcourt, who's still raw after being turned down by the CIA. Their connection remains platonic, though signs of something deeper linger. A quiet night on a boat hints at intimacy, but Harcourt shuts it down. Their fight pushes Chris away. Frustrated, Harcourt takes it out in a biker bar brawl only to get tossed into the street. Back at Chris's place, things spiral differently. He throws a wild, chaotic orgy, fully unashamed. Flag assigns Economos to keep an eye on him. Sneaking around the yard, Economos sees the madness firsthand, but overlooks the one detail that matters most. Chris standing before the Quantum Fold armory, the portal door wide open. From here, the season's biggest twist hits. Chris Smith dies. Returning to the strange dimension from the opening, Chris finds Keith alive. Together with their father, they share drinks in the kind of quiet family moment Chris never had in reality. We also learn Chris had been dating Harcourt, who left him for a soldier. That heartbreak fuels his determination to win her back. It feels tender, a glimpse of something he's always wanted. But when he walks into a bedroom in that alternate world, he finds a shocking sight. Another version of himself, fully suited as Peacemaker. The doppelganger attacks, hurling razor-sharp stars that tear through Chris's back. The two fight violently, crashing through the portal into our world. The battle grows savage, Chris beaten down and on the edge of defeat. In a final desperate move, he triggers his suit's engine, blasting upward into the ceiling. The alternate Peacemaker is skewered on a satellite and dies, leaving Chris broken and bloodied. This works as a cool, stripped-back reintroduction to the new season and the bigger story. Instead of feeling like a straight continuation, it reintroduces both old and new characters. That's smart, given the gap between seasons. Even if you skipped the first one, you could start with Season 2 and still follow along. Let me know what you think of this episode in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more breakdowns.